Hello, third grade. This is Mrs. Davis with a quick tutorial on how to make a memory collage on an iPad. So I'm already in my Google Classroom and I have located the memory collage assignment. So I'm going to tap to open it up and I can see my directions here explaining that I'm going to make a work of art using combining pictures to tell the class about me, and I'm going to do that in Google Slides. So I have to find the attached Google Slides template, and the way to do that on the iPad is to find the up arrow. It's light gray at the bottom of the screen and tap into it. And then you can see under your work, your name. That's the template that you're going to open by tapping. So I tap on that orange and white box with my name on it. And I can't actually start making any edits or changes to the template that the teacher has created quite yet. I am just seeing a preview. So I have to go up to the top right corner. There's a square with an arrow that points diagonally to the right. I have to tap there to open the template in Google Slides, in the separate Google Slides app. Before I was in the Classroom app, now I'm in the Slides app, and now I can actually start to edit the template. So I'm going to start by replacing the placeholder, your name here, with my name. I double tap. I should see a blue box around the text, and I should see the cursor, the flashing line. I'm going to tap at the end of the words to move the cursor to the end so that I can use the backspace key to delete the placeholder, and instead I'm going to type my name. So you should type your first and last name. And then we get to have some fun by making our text look a little bit more interesting by doing some formatting. The trick to formatting your text is to highlight it first. So in other words, if you want to change something that you've already typed, you have to highlight or select it. And the easiest way to do that on the iPad is to double tap on one of the words, and then you'll see the shading or highlighting. And we want to expand that so that it includes both words, both your first and last name. And so we hold our finger on one of those little circles and just drag to stretch out the highlight. And then I'm going to go to this uppercase A that's up in the top right corner. It has some lines coming out to the right. And that's where I can go to format or change the way that my text looks. We can tap on the B to make it bold. Font is just different kinds of letters, so we could find some interesting looking letters. I use the back arrow to go back, and I'm also, you could change the size, right? I could do the up arrow to make it bigger. And I like the color purple, so I'm going to tap where it says text color and change the color. You do have to tap below. It gives you different shades below, and it won't actually change the color until you see the check mark. So I tapped up at the top first, then I tapped below to tell it what shade of purple I wanted, and now I can use my back arrow to go back. When I like the way that my letters look, my name looks, I just tap on the empty white paper to make the formatting choices and the box go away. And now I am done with my name. I'm ready to move on to adding some pictures to my memory collage. To add pictures to my collage, I'm actually going to need to leave the Slides app and go to Safari, the web browser that's on the iPad, to search the web for some images, for some pictures to add to my collage. The easiest way to get to Safari is to tap on the home button on the iPad and tap into Safari. It looks like a blue compass. And I'm going to go to the search bar up top, and I am going to type in something that's a fond memory or something that I like to do. Remember, the purpose of our collage is to tell people in the class about us. So I have a beagle at home, so I'm going to type in beagle and tap on go. And notice it starts by giving me all web pages on beagles. I just want pictures, so I'm going to tap on images. Image is a fancy way of saying pictures. So I get lots of choices here. When I find a Beagle picture that I like, I tap on it and a preview will come up on the right side. I don't want to just tap because that will actually bring me to the website. If that happens, just X out and try again. You want to hold down and you'll see a menu, a list of choices come up on the left side, and you want to choose Add to Photos. So you're going to do that for probably 5 or 6 pictures to add to your collage. So 5 different searches, 5 different things that you have fond memories of that you like to do. So in addition to having a Beagle, I love fall in New England. So I'm going to try that search next, fall in New England. I type it in, I tap on go. Remember, it always starts with web pages, and we're going to switch up top to images. We want pictures. Ooh, I like this one of the trees and the road. I tap to get a preview up on the right side. And then this time I don't tap because I don't want to go to the website. Instead, this time I hold down on the picture so that I get a menu of choices on the left, and I choose Add to Photos. So we'll do one more example. Another thing that Mrs. Davis loves to do is bake. And my favorite TV show is The Great British Baking Show. So I want to add a picture about that to my memory collage. I type in what I'm looking for. I tap on go. I switch from all web results to images, which means pictures. And I find a picture that I like. Remember, we're going to tap first to bring up the preview on the right side. Then we're going to hold down so we get a menu of choices. And from the list of choices, we're going to tap on Add to Photos. So you're probably going to do that a few more times until you have all the pictures that you want to add to your collage. Now I need to switch back to the Slides app so that I can add my pictures onto my page. Again, we're going to tap on the Home button on the iPad. Down at the bottom of my iPad screen, I can see the Google Slides app. It's an orange piece of paper. So I'm going to tap to go back into Google Slides, and I'm going to tap back on my template that I was working on. And now I'm ready to add my pictures that I just found and saved. I'm going to go to the plus sign up in the top right corner. Image is one of my choices. And I want to add an image from Photos. That's where I saved my pictures earlier. The iPad might ask if it can access your photos. You're going to say OK. And now here are my pictures from today. There's my Beagle, my trees, and my Great British Baking Show. So I'm going to do my Beagle first. When I tap on the picture of the Beagle, it's added to my slide, my page, for my collage. Notice I can use my finger to move the Beagle around where I want it to go. I can use the squares around the edges to resize. You want to use the squares in the corner to resize proportionally, so it resizes side to side and up and down. The circle allows you to rotate. Once you like where your Beagle is and the size and the rotation, you're going to go back to the plus sign, back to Image, back to From Photos, and choose your next picture. And just like with the Beagle, we can move it around. We can resize it. If I want to move my trees so that they're behind my Beagle, not on top, I just tap on the picture of the trees and a black menu bar comes up underneath, and I can choose Send to Back. And so it rearranges the order so that now my Beagle is on top of my trees. And now I'm going to go back to my plus sign up top, choose Image from Photos, and get my last picture of the Great British Baking Show. And just like with my other pictures, I can move it around. I can resize it. I can use the circle to rotate it. And I can tap on it and send it to the back so that it's layered behind my other pictures. And that's it. That's how you are going to make your memory collage on an iPad.